and welcome to the 1st of March. We have waited for this for a long time, it feels. In the Northern Hemisphere, the first day of spring is finally here. We want to start to do stuff outside, plant flowers or, seeds, or cut down the old, everything that has turned brown and dead. We want to get rid of that so all the new can spring. We're entering a month of death and rebirth. It is the 13th universal month. Why is that? We are in a number 10 year, 2026, 2, 2, and 6 add up to a 10. And then we add the third month. That means a 13th universal month. Number 13 in the major arcana in the tarot is death. Death comes in to take away everything that does not work, that is not beneficial to you, where you're not supposed to be anymore, who you're not supposed to be with anymore, whether that is friendships, maybe even family members, maybe a job, a career, something, whatever it is for you. Of course, that's an individual experience. One of my friends just lost her job this week. And we have to look into, what is it that no longer serves us? And instead of, going against the energy, just release and let go and see where the energy then moves. Sometimes we hold on even to old patterns, old wounds, because in some way, they give us something to hold on to. If it's an old wound or an old fear, it might even feel more safe to hold on to that than to let it go and move into the new. Because at least we know what that fear and that wound consists of and contains. So we might also have a foundation to predict what's going to happen. But one thing is for certain, when we hold on to the old wounds, the old patterns, and the old fears, it will replicate. So in that way, we're always going to be right in our predictions. Whereas if we dare to let them go, new stuff might actually happen. New good stuff might actually happen. Because let's face it, we don't want to hold on to the old wounds and we don't want to see them replicated. And yet, we seem to always make sure that happens. So this month is a month to just try to release, try to let go, and see what would love to unfold for you when you do. Death doesn't just come with things that are to be removed. It also brings a rebirth. It brings the newness. We might not know what it is, but we are guided to let our hearts be open them or let them remain open and receptive to what wants to come in. I do believe that no matter how much we fight, it will happen. Do we dare to let go? If not, we will be forced to. Do we dare to meet the new? Can we even see the new? No matter how, or where, or when, it will come. And we will be shown, we will be made to see. That's the energy of the month. It can be felt like a forceful letting go. It can also feel like a great relief. And the new stuff, we might not see it immediately, but something will happen so that we open our eyes to see what's coming and to see the gift in that. March is also let's just look at the third month and the first month of spring. The third connects to angelic energy. It connects to getting your wings, taking flight, but in a good way, being uplifted, being elevated. It's also that transcendence, uplifting you to a different and a higher perspective. It is also the month of the feminine, the Empress, which is how you are loyal, how you are a mother, how you are a wife or a girlfriend, how you are a daughter. It's a refinement that's going to happen. Again, it's going to remove everything that does not work in your favor and add layers to you that you've actually always had but haven't been able to see. So they're not really added, they're just being revealed. Speaking of which, when I was at church today, I actually wanted to ask them, like, why is it that we have a dragon painted on the wall inside church? And the priest who was there today, who was a substitute for our usual priest, told me the story. They apparently have it in many churches, like of the very old churches. And it's not because it's heathen or anything like that. It connects to the revelation of John, the beast, the animal. And how she explained it to me was that in the Bible, the animal or the beast is always going to represent revelation, epiphanies, just like in the revelation of John. And of course, that book speaks about the last days. But what if every day is a last day? What if every day you can have an epiphany or a revelation that uplifts you? What if we get the chance to see and connect? Because the animal is also the animal in us. It's the instincts that we have. What if each revelation is connected to an instinct being revealed that we had completely forgotten that we also consist of? Because we're not only metaphysical, we're not only soul, we're not only physical, we're not only mental or emotional, we're all of it. And when we allow all aspects of our being to be revealed, we get to see a different us. And that is really what March is about. Seeing ourselves in a different light, from a different perspective, through a different lens, and maybe even several different lenses. And instead of being afraid of it, find peace in it, that something good is about to be revealed. Without further ado, let's dive into a journey of love. I feel inspired to focus on the love here today, because when we're going through clear the energy of death and rebirth, with a focus on the Empress here, how can you as a woman reveal more of your femininity, more of your fertility, more of your loyalty? And we need that love. We need to feel safe in it. We need to feel secure, because when the foundation is rocking or cracking, fear wakes up. And we have to maneuver the fear. And when in fear, we can't really feel the love. So let's focus on the love. And no matter what shows up, choose love over fear. Choose to look for the gift in everything. Even if your fear is reactive, look at the love and where it wants to take you. For this month, and as you know, it will be intense in the first week of the month, and it will be intense in a different way in the last week of the month. We get this beautiful card right here. Just for a moment, joy. Number 46. Pay attention to how she is radiating from her heart and her upper heart. The heart chakra being green, the heart chakra and the upper heart chakra pink, and how she radiates that beautiful love into her surroundings. Number 46, and it says, just for a moment, joy. What we feel and express, what we choose at any given time, is our offering to the divine cosmic matrix. It germinates and is reflected back to us as manifestations in this material reality? Can you choose to gentle your heart, to let it be open to light and to life? Even if just for a moment. If you are in the midst of darkness, of deep suffering, can you find even for just a moment the joy of existence underneath? It is a wild ride, this life. Every time you open your arms in yes, the universe responds in kind. This oracle brings you a message. In this moment, trust that there is joy waiting to be felt and found, no matter how hard that may be to believe right now. Let go of your attachment to the apparent problems at hand as much as you can, and you will be allowing yourself to let the divine take over and sort out what needs to happen here. There's help awaiting your invitation always. Why not let it in and let joy in too? You're being offered divine support to live a less guarded existence, to dissemble yourself a little or a lot, and let your true nature, which is joy, bubble to the surface without rhyme or reason other than just because it lives. And the poem says, love is magic. Like a balmy breeze on a winter night, it feels so good. You want it to last forever. And love is magic because we make it so. By opening to the pleasure of being alive and sharing the joy we feel. And when we're not looking, the night may warm again. It was exactly what I was talking about, and the cards always respond in kind. Just for a moment, joy, open your heart and see what wants to come out for you and to you. Okay, clear. From the Good Tarot by Colette Baron Reed, because we do need some good, soft, poetic, light energy for this coming month. We're also in between eclipses and a Mercury going retrograde. There's a lot of stuff happening in the universe right now, and we feel it. But it's all happening for... Oh, wait, okay. That was a... Let's see if it wants to come out. Well, I had 4 cards coming out at the same time. Let's see if one of them was night, and then all that, and this one. Okay, perfect. At the bottom of the deck, we have 2 of Earth. 2 of Earth here represents the change in our physical life. In my other favorite tarot deck, it shows a number 8 with 2 yins and yangs, like in each of the circles in the number 8. And it is called change. But it's a physical change. It's a physical change in your physical environment. It's a change in how you perceive wealth, money, the house you live in or the apartment you live in, the area you live in, maybe even the country you live in. There's a change, but it also represents light over darkness, or a light in the dark for you to perceive the good changes that are right there for you. Then we move into the Queen of Air, 9 of Water, Queen of Water. Pay attention to the colors here. They're all very green and blue, right? The blue, most blue being the air, the Queen of Air. Okay. Queen of Air, let's start with her. That was the first card that came out. She is experiencing revelation. She is connected. She hears everything in her mind she knows. She gains clarity, absolute clarity, not only the mental clarity, even if that is air and does represent our mental mind or our mental body, but it's about how we are opening anew, finding another way maybe to connect with the universe, to angels, to guides, to God, to the Holy Spirit. Everything that wants to connect with you. And to begin with, it might even be your higher self, your soul, that really wants to speak through you. On her shoulder, she has a snow owl, the pure, the clear representation of wisdom. And how it came out, it opens the door to 9 of water or 9 of cups. And that represents dreams fulfilled, wishes coming true, happiness being felt throughout. So the wisdom to see your dreams coming true, the wisdom to even make the wishes, send off your prayers, to be clear, the wisdom to see what is, the clarity and wisdom to feel what is. Very, very powerful energies just right here. Gain the wisdom to see what's already good for you, what's already there, and to open your eyes and heart to feel all of that beautiful fulfillment that's in the 9 of Cups. Moving into the Queen of Water, she sees. She is in surrender to her heart, and she receives from above and from her outside world, and she reflects on it with love, with kindness. She is almost like the Empress energy, very much in contact with her heart, her open heart, and she's guided to open it even more, to let the waters flow in and be released, so be just as open and receptive to receive as giving it out. Look at her closed eyes. She is inside herself. She's connected. She's feeling, and she's allowing herself to feel. But what she's feeling is the 9 of Water. She's guided to feel that with absolute clarity and the wisdom of soul and higher self, or just a higher spirit, to see what is good, to feel into how your wishes have already been fulfilled, how your prayers are being heard, and how you, with more clarity of heart and mind, can set a list maybe for new wishes to be fulfilled and manifest soon. But it's something, because this is the overall energy 2 of Earth, it is creating a very tangible, physical change in your life. So I want to pull some extra cards for this, because it is the first of the month. So let's go deeper into that. So yeah, I want to pull 2 more cards. The first one already came out. Interesting. Just like we had a lot of blue and green cards coming out first, we have a lot of warm energy. But we still get the Earth. We get the 8 of Earth here, which represents to be prudent, to be mindful, careful, also physically, about how you give yourself and what you receive. Because when we are open and receptive to everything that's good for us, we also decipher between what is and what isn't. And that is what this card says. So with the change that we saw right here, it also says that some changes you have to be careful with. Like, you see that change happening, you see it coming, and you know it's going to change your life. But be aware, like really know yourself and be aware all the time about what that change really wants from you and to give to you. But apparently very, very good. With the Queen of Air, we get the Messenger of Fire. Just like I was talking about the clarity coming from above, we have the light being lit on her crown chakra. So very receptive to all the good information that wants to come in. And it does connect to a new project, a new way of life, something that you can feel passionate about. And with the 9 of Water, we get 3 of Fire here. What I love about this card is that it speaks to travel. It speaks to going, moving. So your wish fulfillment, your manifestation that you can feel, wow, I'm getting all of this, it will make you move. So it's going to open to your spirit, your passion, maybe even an instinct that says, I want to play, I want to have fun, because just for a moment, joy. What if this is really good and it wants to move me from all of this beautiful fire energy that opens my crown chakra? It wants to move me, maybe even take me out on a trip, a journey towards how I can finally release myself from all the mental burdens that have prevented me from living a full life, to see my wishes being fulfilled, to move me into my own, where I'm free and I'm safe and I'm not guarded, because I know I'm safe. I can be out there. I can move in my life without being scared of the next step. Beautiful energy. Also, look at how she's looking towards the journey. Like, she's still a bit guarded, but she's like, okay, where are you going to take me? Where does this journey take me? So she moves from being like a bit like this, like, I wonder what it may be, a bit of skepticism, but into, yes, I am ready. I'm standing here in front of my ship and I'm moving with courage, with a sense of, I'm actually getting gratification. Like, there's something that you're going to feel so successful in, like you succeeded. For me, it might actually be that I have my final day at the psychiatric department of the hospital this coming Thursday. And I cannot even begin to describe how much I'm looking forward to stopping there, because it takes a lot of energy to be around people who are bipolar, manic, psychotic, or depressed. Because that's the environment. And whether we want it or not, it impacts our lives. And maybe in particular when you have the antennas out. Like a guy from my class, he calls me a satellite child. So you have all your antennas out all the time. And I've been very focused on helping these people, listening to them, like giving them breathing exercises, guided meditations, and it does help. And one of the women said, and I do believe God speaks to us through people. She said, Elizabeth, when you're done with your studies, please come and work here, because we who are mentally ill, we need you. And all I could say to her is, the same reason that this is not for you, the same reason it's not for me. I don't believe that medication is the path for anyone. I don't believe that electroshock treatments are for everyone. And I believe in other ways that we can connect with ourselves, because people who suffer that much are completely detached from everything that they are. And what they need is actually non-pharmacological. So, yes, I am in a system and I see all the holes in the cheese and everything I don't want to do and everything I don't want to be. But that also opens the door to what I do want and what I do want to give. So sometimes we are a bit skeptical, right? Sometimes I do feel this like, oh, I know God is calling me to do something like this, but how can I do it not in a hospital? How can I do it in the way that is beneficial to my soul at the same time as to others? So yes, we do need to release some of the mental patterns, some of the old wounds that keep us stuck. And luckily, the month of March has come to support us in that endeavor. I'm not saying it's going to be easy. It's never easy to let the old stuff go. And it's never easy to open up if your heart, if you feel insecure or unsafe. And yet, we're called to do exactly that. So, just for a moment, Joy, I feel like pulling another Journey of Love card to see. I want to actually know from the 15th on, and for the last part of March, we get fire and ice. Oh, that's a serious kick. Number 37. So, okay. We really need, when it says just for a moment joy, like really allow yourself to feel the joy. And then fire and ice comes in. It's almost like you need to understand the difference. Right? And it says, you are learning to hold the tension of opposites, of those things that don't immediately seem to go together within your being without collapsing into confusion, judgment, or denial. There's passion and serenity, creation and destruction, new life and death emerging within you, within your relationships. Sometimes this is hard to handle. We want to make things simpler, to just let go of the conflict and complexity and choose one or the other. You are grand enough a soul to be able to withstand the rigors of depth, to go deep, to live fully, to let the divine have its way through you requires a willingness to stand at the center of pairs of opposites and eventually know that they're connected to each other, that they exist only in relationship to each other, to breathe and simply be. If you're consciously feeling the conflict in your life, internally or externally, then you're being initiated through fire and ice. Stay present, be patient, and wait. There's nothing to fix here, just awareness to step into as divine creation continues to unfold through you. As you master this initiation, you will find a sweet nectar of bliss dripping within. This oracle brings you guidance that the conflict you feel within or externally is a sign of your spiritual growth. Soon, you will grow larger than the conflict, but for now, you do not need to engage in it, simply to be present to it and allow it to work its way through you until you are strong enough to have outgrown the conflict, giving rise to a clear direction. It may seem impossible, beloved, but it's not. You are a vast being. Give yourself a chance to realize this and have patience. All is becoming, including you, according to the perfection of divine designs. This oracle brings specific guidance on any relationship matter requiring a decision. Until you have simple clarity in your heart beyond the pushing away and pulling closer, then it's time to wait, for there's more yet to be revealed. Only when your heart speaks clearly, then you will do well to act as feels truthful for you. And the poem says, there is a beautiful silence now as I hold your hands and listen to your eyes. Across a span of moments called time, there are no words that say as much, nor walls that could confine the wings of our feelings on the rhythm of your eyes. So we start the month off with just for a moment joy, and then we get the solid push. So from the 15th and on for the rest of March, we're going to meet Fire and Ice, where it's about accepting that there can be no love without fear, right? There can be no darkness without light, that we need to meet the opposites and not to color everything black and white, but to open up to the nuances of life, of love, of spirituality, of physical presence, and of mind. Like, how often do we get stuck in these same thought patterns and now they want to be released? So we're simply guided to just go, okay, whatever I'm being shown right now, I don't have to react or respond. I can just be in it, sit with it, and let the universe and the angels and God and the Holy Spirit work their beautiful way through my life. Powerful. So, what do we need to do this month when it comes to meditation? We need to focus on our breathing. And I want to say continue on with the same kind of meditation from last Sunday. When you shower, see light coming down over you, pouring over you, cleansing all of the toxicity away, all of the shadows and darkness that lingers and wants to grab and have like such a solid, strong hold of you. Just breathe with it. And a really good one is this one. Close your eyes, just like the Queen of Water. Close your eyes, bring yourself inward. Take a deep breath through the nose, and on the exhalation through the mouth, you sigh. And we do a couple more. There's a lot about releasing this month. And just like with when we need to release something from the mind, find something that you can let go of. Simply just hold it and put all of that which you want to let go of into the item, the object, and let it go. You might even want to say the words, I have held on to this for so long, for too long. Now I release and I let go. Let it go. You're the one holding the power in your life. And with your soul, with your higher self, with God and the universe and all the beautiful beings of it, you're guided to surrender. First of all, surrender to them so they can move you. Because you need to be moved towards all of your dreams and all of your wishes fulfilled. Let go of these thought patterns that are not doing you any good. When you go into yourself, connect with your heart, not your head. And if they come, if these thoughts show up, accept to surrender to the love that you are instead of the fear that you hold. And know that you are a beacon of light, and when open and receptive, you will be receptive to the wisdom coming from above, down into you to move you, to enlighten you, to help you feel passion and love for everything in life. A beautiful month ahead. I let go. I release and bring myself relief. I don't have to be anything I'm not. I don't have to portray something that other people expect of me. I just need to let go and surrender. I release any and all that's blocking my growth, my movement, and my dreams. And it's really that simple. We don't have to do anything but that. The thing is, I picked this up again, right? It might be a good idea to put salt or sugar or something in your hand. Any kind of spice that you can offer to Mother Nature, do it outside. Throw it over your shoulder and move away from it. So you put all of that which you want to let go of into the salt or sugar or curry or whatever it is that you've chosen. And you throw it back and you walk away from it. That is a good way of showing yourself in the physical that you are willing to create the change and that you are very prudent with your energy, with what you're giving out, but also with what you allow to receive. It is a change in how we do that. And that is all what we need right now to move forward in life in a good, loving, and kind way for ourselves. Just for a moment, joy. And accept to be put in the middle to experience nuances instead of a black and white world. And we need that and a lot right now. Take care of yourself until next Sunday, where I will be back at 12 o'clock with hopefully a new and powerful and supportive energy. And I expect it to be. Enjoy the week. And please let me know how you're doing. Put it in the comments or post it in the group. And let's see, what are you letting go of? What is it that you're being asked to throw out that's dead, that can never be brought back to life? And what is going to spring into your life? What is the seed that you're planting? And what is it that you're going to get from that? And what are you getting from it already? Enjoy your week. Stay blessed. And know that you really are blessed. Namaste.